Alright, we're going back home to watch the replay. So, what is this plane we're flying today? In the 70s, the US Navy got sick of having so many different aircraft. All those fighters and attackers had to share limited space below decks, and maintaining multiple plane types on the same carrier was a pain in the arse. The Navy wanted a truly multi-role plane, and they ended up with the original FA-18 Hornet. The Hornet, or the Bug, was supposed to replace intruders and corsairs in the attack role, and Tomcats as the fighter and the fleet defender, hence the FA designation, Fighter Attacker. You can guess how well that went. The Hornet, of all trades master of none, had neither the carrying capacity of the bombers nor the air-to-air reach of the Tomcat.
Not seeing anything else, Jackman. Can you identify anything moving?
Negative, Unicorn. It appears you've done a fine job. Nothing's moving.
So the talk about a larger, less underachieving Hornet started only a few years after the type's introduction in 1983. The Super Hornet we're flying now entered service in 1999, an ominous year which some believe to surely bring the end of the world. This variant is not something you can turn an ordinary Hornet into with an upgrade kit. It's a completely different plane, and noticeably larger. It has received a better radar, further improved with the Block 2 upgrade which took place about 2 years after this game's release. Now where is the gun on this thing? Oh, it's centered. As if they actually want me to hit something. The Super Hornet, or the Super Bug, also has a very advanced control system which can maintain stability at virtually any angle of attack and keeps going even when the plane is damaged.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 4. Target is at bearing 090. Copy. Okay, looks like we're probably clear. Vents out. But keep eyes and ears wide open. Target is at bearing 090. Copy, Starburst. What a shot, Hobby. He's not going anywhere. Katana 3, bail out. You've got smoke everywhere, boy. Let's suppress enemy fire. Looks like that's finished. Let the smoke clear, and let's check the visors.
Dagger, Katana, great work. Go ahead and start securing things down there.
Dagger, it's your show from here. We're getting low on gas. Roger that, Scorpion. Thanks for the assist. You're welcome. Posted up on my right side. Let's head home. 135 at 1500.
This bird can finally carry about as much ordnance as corsairs and intruders, but still it doesn't have the reach of the Tomcat's missiles. But neither does the Tomcat. The Phoenix was retired in the 90s, so it's all AMRAAMs now anyway. There is still a bit of a problem with the FA-18 though, its range. Apparently it's 100 miles shorter than the Tomcats, and less than half of the distance corsairs and intruders can cover. I guess that's why there are so many photos of Hornets sucking a tanker's boom, or each other's boom. Mid-air refueling works, if the enemy has no long-range SAMs obviously. There was a recent article on a major Russian news website saying that the S-400 SAMs, SA-21 Growler, are getting an upgrade that increases their range to 400 kilometers. And that thing can apparently track and engage 36 targets at once, sending 2 missiles towards each. It's like an anime robot-guided missile salvo, only more boring, because the entire SAM battery is just a whole lot of trucks. I'd love to see that in a game though, just to watch people suffer.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 5. Starburst, concurrent location check. Target is at bearing 015. Starburst, copy final vector. Gargoyle 2.
Alrighty then, this is the final stretch. If you saw my SF2 carrier landings, you know I don't break the landing gear, I break physics. It's not too hard to land an aimStrike, the Marshal can be helpful.
Strike, Gargoyle checking in. Flight of 2, good fuel state. Gargoyle strike, cleared to proceed inbound. Switch Marshal. Wilco. Gargoyle this is Marshall. Mother is case 1. Expect CV1 approach. Final bearing, 345. Marshall, gargoyle, copy all. Gargoyle approach, are you getting bullseye? Gargoyle check gear. Gargoyle 1. Slightly right of course. On glide slope. Begin descent. Gargoyle, fly the bullseye. Roger, approach.
Some planes in this series come with a special function, activated by hitting left on the D-pad. In the Hornet's case, it's the arrestor hook. In the first game, the hook came down automatically.
Gargoyle 1. Slightly right of course. On glide slope.
Look at the ILS, you idiot. Okay, this is better. Hey, there are lights on the carrier too. Eat that, third wire.
Target is at bearing 180.
No, it isn't.
Gargoyle 1, call the ball. Roger, ball.
The first time I played this, I missed the wires and had to go for a second attempt. New music. So, as I said, the big missiles are the AGM-84E SLAM, Standoff Land Attack Missile. In the late 80s, the US Navy urgently wanted a weapon to attack targets that matter, on the ground. And this was created. It's the engine and the inertial guidance block from the original AGM-84 Harpoon, a GPS receiver, the infrared seeker and the data link blocks from the late model Mavericks and Walleyes, all wrapped around the warhead of the Tomahawk missile. It's a monster. Right, I think the bomb release is coming up. Do you remember how in SF2 all cluster bombs produced black circle sprites? It's not inaccurate for spherical grenade bomblets, but Rockeyes in real life had dart-shaped ordnance. Whoops. Well, that explains the lack of targets after the first hit. Also, third wire just got owned in cluster bomb modeling. I think it was about this time that I reached for the SLAM. It's probably unusable at this range in real life. Oh, not again. Bloody camera. As SLAM-er looks completely differently. It's a cruise missile with foldable wings and a silly face. I imagine it's hard to fire it this close because the missile is supposed to fly to the target under inertial guidance, then turn on the data link and show the pilot the picture from its seeker to pick the actual target. Oh, well, watch this bomb. There is even a puff of smoke in the air where the casing is blown apart. Okay, enough metal for today. Reminds me of Fudge Tunnel for some reason.
Following the fall of Mutara, units from Sabalse moved there while the carrier remains nearby. The enemy's anti-air systems remain a major threat. We identified a missile base west of Sithar. For your next missions, we want you to neutralize the missiles and assist in capturing Sithar.
Scenario 2 will introduce us to SAMs. But we're back to Stage 1 and no choice in missions. We'll get a couple new planes though. We'll find out which next time.